And of course, we have Byron Donalds in the back. Byron, would you like to say a few words?
I'll give you two quick updates about what's happening on the Hill. Two quick updates, then I'll let everybody get back to your regularly scheduled program. Hi, Kathy.
Thanks for coming.
Of course. A couple quick things that are happening right now in DC. Number one, we passed our debt limit bill a couple of weeks ago. This was very contentious amongst House Republicans because there were a lot of members concerned about not doing enough cutting in terms of raising the nation's debt ceiling. The plan we put together cuts roughly $5 trillion. We get rid of the student loan bailout. We actually bring domestic energy production back. We actually put controls around the federal agencies with the REINS Act. We pull back unobligated COVID money, and there was a couple other things that we did in this bill. The importance of passing that legislation was that it put the White House and the Senate in a terrible position. So right now, as we speak, the staff in the White House is scrambling to try to find a way to come up with a plan to negotiate with the Republican House position. To their credit, Leader McConnell and Senate Republicans are backing the House's position on debt ceiling. So what we have in DC is a unified front of the Republicans looking at the president and Chuck Schumer and basically saying, do your job, put up or shut up, essentially. So the press right now is trying to ask us what would we give away? And all of us are unified in saying we're not even talking about negotiations until they come up with a plan and a strategy. So everybody understands this thing is gonna get tight because what the president wants, and frankly what the media wants, is to run the clock out to try to put it on Republicans, but we have been the responsible party. We've been putting our plan together for, frankly, almost 100 days now. We passed it a few weeks ago. The second piece is what we did on the floor yesterday, actually. Sorry, days run together. We passed our border security bill. This is the strongest border security bill that has ever passed the House of Representatives, by far. And especially with what's going on the southern border with Title 42 now having expired, we do see that you have the flow of migrants coming across the southern border. It is so ridiculous that at the 11th hour, they started it 2 days ago, all of the pieces of wall that the Biden administration stopped building that was just sitting on the ground, if you've been down there, it's just sitting on the ground. 2 days ago, the administration started hastily throwing up the wall. So we have the video of them now scrambling to throw the wall up because they realized how ridiculous their position is and what it's done to hurt the country. And they're having an internal conflict between their mayors, their big city mayors, and Washington about what's gonna happen with all these people. So these are two major things that are happening on Capitol Hill. Last but not least, I'll share with you a quick story from the CNN stuff the other night. So look, I was talking to one of my colleagues about it yesterday, and I mentioned it to a couple of you before I walked in. When I ran to be your congressman, I told you that my job was gonna be to vote right, but also to take our message and our values and move it across this country. And so what I told one of my colleagues the other day was the reason I decided to do this job was to do that very thing on CNN. We have to start shifting narratives and changing narratives, and you don't do that by, listen, Fox, Newsmax, OAN, talking to each other is great because you have to do that, but we have to go into these other places. And so it personally was a lot of fun to do that. I got a call from President Trump that night, and he goes, you know, Byron, you were really good. But I was really good too. So we were both really good. So he's actually in good spirits. I think the town hall went great. And the press is the press. They're going to be annoying, but don't get caught up in that. Last thing, and it's really been on my heart and I've been sharing it a lot, is, just have a spirit of power. Don't have a spirit of fear. They want you to think that your position is crazy. They want you to think that nobody agrees with you. But the truth of the matter is, many Americans agree with us. We're going to go back and win the White House next year. But you got to have a spirit of power in this battle. So just keep going. That's it, guys. Love you.